The AC/DC is on, and it's a direct current of energy coming to you from the Merrimack College campus, as it will be the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite in a rematch and a doubleheader Saturday, as they are on the road here. We've traveled about an hour from our earlier location here to the campus of Merrimack College, where there was a college basketball game finishing up here at the athletic complex on campus. Some of the boys were able to get in and watch the Merrimack College basketball team take down their opponent. Warm-ups are underway right now. 1:13 on the warm-up clock. Boys were able to take the W earlier in a 3-2 victory after jumping out to a 3-0 lead. 2 late goals from the Middlesex Islanders to make it a 3-2 final. So some lineup changes for the Islanders, as they will be out without the services of one of their players due to the game misconduct penalty in game number 1. We're set to begin here in just a moment. We'll be back with first period action here from Merrimack College. Starting between the pipes here in game number 2 will be number 29, Max Dragosic. And at center, taking the opening draw, will be Mason Fritchie, number 4. On the left side, Riker Ferguson. On the right side, 19, Green, Bingham Green. Grant Loya manning the right-handed defensive side. And number 77, CJ Nenevisa on the left side. We're set to begin here. 15 minutes on the clock. First period action. Awaiting puck drop. Officials getting things all set up. Puck is dropped. We're underway here from Merrimack College as Mason Fritchie wins that draw forward to Bingham Green. Green tips it along to number 4, Mason Fritchie, down deep. Riker Ferguson works to get to that puck. It comes all the way up the half wall in front of the Islanders bench. Back to the point man, number 43, Grant Loya. Goes off of a stick and in front of the Islanders net. And pokes along further by Riker Ferguson. Fritchie is able to get to that puck, but he's run into immediately by the Islanders, who try to pin him to the wall. It's Riker Ferguson, walks off, he's got a man in front. Bingham Green tries to get the shot off. Not much wood on that, but still keeping the pressure on is 43, Grant Loy. Now it goes behind the Islander cage and up the end wall to the half wall area, where the Islanders being hemmed in, and they'll skate it out of danger. But it comes to the stick blade of number 43, Grant Loya, backhands it in. He's going to go for a change, as the Pens have all new troops on, and one of those is number 74, Easton Borman. He pressures the puck as they go D to D behind the Islander cage. Number 9 swings it up ahead to the winger, as Nico Stark takes the puck off of him. Tries to move it up ahead. Islanders are offsides right now, so they had to wait here as Nico Stark Tries to put the puck up even further, and it's going to be dumped in deep where Noah Welch has to go back, and he's got some pressure coming on him. And he's going to wind it up. He's got Easton Borman up ahead. He moves it to Borman. One touch pass to Wilson. Pens are in flight here in the transition. 3-on-2. Wilson's going with Borman, but it's knocked off of his stick blade. This becomes a transition for the Islanders, as Welch is going to angle his man. It goes off his right skate, as he's going to go into the wall against 27. Following on is Connor Wilson to help out defensive duties here, as this pass will be stepped into, and it becomes a turnover here in the Penguins defensive zone. 11 goes behind the cage. Nico Stark battles for it. Welch on his knees, gets a stick into it. As it's shot in on net, blasted off the side of the cage. Pence mixed up now defensively, as Welch steps to that puck. He's going to bring it out to Colt Davis. Davis, headman pass for Bourne. He's got a step. He's in behind number 15, Easton Borman, on his backhand. He brings it to his forehand, just rolls off of his stick blade as he was looking around to tuck it around that right pad of the Islanders netminder. Penn still looking for their first shot of the game, as Borman puts his man to the wall. As Fritchie moves it ahead to Gaworski. Borman on his backhand to Gaworski, who's bumped into in front of the Penguins bench, takes a cross check, skates away from that. As it pops up into the catching mitt of Dustin Gaworski, assistant coach for the Pens Elite, as he makes the fair catch. And this will be inside the Penguin zone. For a D-zone draw. The shot from outside the zone, but they're going to bring it in deep on the right side of netminder 29, Max Dragosic, stepping in as Mason Fritchie. He's on with Gaworski. And on the right side, on the left side will be Blake Parrish. Backside, Nenevisa and Brady Fritchie. Digging for it are the Pens Elite, as it comes to the stick blade at 25, Blake Parrish. Gaworski. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Just rolls off the front of the stick blade, right off the toe of Brady Fritchie as he's angled to the wall. Could have been an interference call. But Blake Parrish, he steps off the wall, has it on his backhand, pokes all the way through to Nenevisa. Pickle stabbed further by Brady Fritchie. He goes to the bench for a change. Nico Stark freshly on now, as Nenevisa tries to work it along further. He's going to try and surf his man now to the wall, and goes behind the netminder Dragosic. Fritchie muscles it back to center, as 33 works it D to D for the Islanders as he gets the puck back. He's run into by Gaworski. Wilson, freshly off the bench too, is trying to get to that puck. Bringing it back into his own zone is 93 Riker Ferguson. Calling for that puck is Connor Wilson, number 8. He stops up. He goes wide to Grant Loya. Comes in from the weak side as he's bumped into the Islander bench. It's Connor Wilson now on his backhand. He protects. He's going to be shoved into the wall as a boarding call is coming up here, as the Pens are going to go to the power play. As Connor Wilson tried to spin off a man. Took a shot on the backside. And so the Pens to the PP. 10:51 to play. Pens cashed in on 2 power play opportunities earlier this afternoon. They're looking for more. Connor Wilson, the man that drew the penalty, is going to take this face-off. He's on with Green and Fergie. Backside, Stark and Loya. We're set here. Puck is dropped. Going forward with that draw was Wilson to Green. Green back to the point man. Nico Stark tried to work it along deeper, but it's Stark protecting, holding the line. Now it comes out of the zone as he tried to get a pass over to Grant Loya. Loya now has to retreat. He's facing some pressure here as a man gets behind him. And thankfully the Pens catch a break as the Islander player lost an edge. It's got Connor Wilson streaking up the right side. Connor Wilson is going to hustle in. Shot off the left pad of the netminder and behind the cage where it's picked up by Connor Wilson. Wilson delays. Man coming off the bench is Easton Borman. Wilson tries a drag move. Comes to Grant Loya. Shot wide of the net. Pens able to get 1 shot so far on net in this game and on this power play. Now it's Grant Loya. loses the handle momentarily. He gets it back, 40 to go on the power play. Loya, he walks middle, snapped off the stick blade, trying to deflect that home was Wilson. Comes all the way through to Easton Borman, number 74. Loya sneaking in the back door. Comes all the way through to Colt Davis, who unable to get a handle of that puck. And now it's Nico Stark in the offensive zone, trying to move it to Borman. But it's going to come back to neutral. Nico Stark moves it wide, but it's behind Welch. Welch has to go back to retreat for this puck. He's going to play it to Stark. Stark, he's got Mason Fritchie. He's calling for that puck. Fritchie enters the offensive zone. He chips it behind the defense. Goes and gets it himself. Back to 5-on-5 action. Mason Fritchie has it now on the half wall, projecting. Now he tries to go and cycle it low behind the Islander cage. Picked up, though, by the Islanders defense. Brady Fritchie holds it in. Mason Fritchie working for this puck. Fritchie centers right to the tape of Blake Paris. Snapped in off the left pad. Strong shot, now a foot race. Welch has to try and catch up to 11. He's back. Good stick there from 14 Welch. As 11, speedy winger was shut down by 14. As Brady Fritchie's going to lead the rush. He dumps it in. He's late in his shift. Blake Paris is going to stay on the forecheck. On with Wilson. Paris forces the Islanders to retreat. 8:24 to play here from Merrimack College. Penn's Islanders scoreless so far in the first period. CJ Nanavice has to get back. 2-on-1's going to man go to the net. That's 27. They decide to shoot the puck. Shut down by Dragasic. As it's shot in again. But it's Blake Paris working as Grant Loya pins his man to the wall. Paris kicks it back to center. 3-on-1 develops Wilson. He's got Gaworski going with him. Wilson crosses to the outside. And Brooksy Gaworski now pinned to the wall. Islanders shoot this off the skates of Riker Ferguson, who pokes it into open space. Islanders are going to retreat back into their own zone as they got some troops coming off the bench, but so do the Pens. Grant Loya gets a stick to that puck. Retreating now. Riker Ferguson goes to Nanavice, and Nanavice right back to Grant Loya, who's wanted that puck back. Goes above the stick of Bingham Green and shot right back into the neutral zone by the Islanders. So coming in with speed once again. As Nanavice hustles to the wall. Mason Fritchie skates back to center. Takes a slash, takes another slash, takes a hook now. A lot of stick work so far defensively for the boys in blue. Turnover here in the Islanders zone as Bingham Green. He'll apply some pressure. Islanders try to regroup behind their own cage. Allow the Penguins to make a wholesale change. It's shot off a stick, and it's centered. Welch is in a foot race here against 19. Welch puts that off the wall. Stick tied up. It's in Welch's skates. Going to take it out. But it's shot now behind the cage. Over to get to that puck is Nico Stark. Now to Connor Wilson. Wilson hits Borman, able to get back on his feet. He's canceled out by Sereno for the Islanders as we approach the 6-minute mark of the first period. As the Islanders retreat once again in the neutral zone, but now they're going to enter in off the stick of Welch. Now it comes near side, where Nico Stark plays his man behind, where Welch hustles to get to this puck. It has it on his backhand. Davis able to control that puck. Gets it back to center, where Easton Borman takes control. He gives a little ground to get some real estate. Borman hits center red. He dumps it in deep, and he's going to go for a change. Fast picks Ashkin. Not a lot of whistles so far in the first period. As the Penguins had a snowy, about a 50-mile, hour-and-a-half drive through scenic Massachusetts over to Merrimack College to get to this game. But Mason Fritchie has it on the half wall. He'll cycle it down low. But the Pens were changing one of their wingers. Brooks Jaworski, that fresh body on the ice, tries to get to that puck. It's going to be shot all the way down the ice for an icing call. With 4:52 remaining in the first period, we're still scoreless between the Middlesex Islanders and the boys wearing white for game number 2. Your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Mason Fritchie steps in for this draw, number 4. Wins it back to number 7, Nico Stark. Stark throws it down low behind the cage, where on the backhand, Fritchie tried a give-and-go move with Jaworski. Jaworski tried to poke it in there on the short side. As there was some real estate there. It looks like it wound up on the goal line. It's Jaworski in tight. Look to cash in. 4:42 remaining in the first period. Same personnel for the Pens Elite. Backside Stark and Loya. Wound all the way around. Rimmed all the way to the point man, Grant Loya. Loya has a stick put on that attempt. And it's the Islanders, number 11. Speedy winger for them. Dumps it in deep. Miscommunication. But Fritchie able to get to that puck. That's 11. Leaves it for his defenseman, who still has that puck. There's a man back door. Rat move tried. Nobody's in front to pick up the Islanders player there as 27 gets a good backhand shot and shut down by Max Dragosic for the big save by number 29. Now Mason Fritchie. It's going to go wide to Brooks Jaworski. Jaworski delays, snaps in a shot, blocker down as the Pens are making a change. And the Islanders push it right back to the stick play to Connor Wilson. It's in his skates now as he leaves it for Fergie. But it's going to be an offsides call as Fergie from his knees tried to give it back to Wilson. Just ahead of the play was number 8, Connor Wilson. Neutral zone face-off near side. Connor Wilson on for the draw. It's in some skates. Brady Fritchie steps to that. Tries a headman pass for Bingham Green. That's read by 17. Green with the stick lift. Now he's pulled down. Both players are able to get back to their feet as it goes off the right hip of Connor Wilson. Settles down at center. Where on the backhand. 13. He's able to work it in. Shot taken. Rebound shut down by Dragosic. Defensive zone draw here coming up. As the Pens change their forward grouping.
Come on, Mace. Let's go, Mace.
As it's shot off a stick, wide of the cage. Davis, he's going to try and get to that puck. Now Welch goes behind the cage. Off of his backhand to Colt Davis. Davis shoots it, but it's in the skates of the officials. This goes all the way down the ice. Icing's waved off, though, as it deflects off a couple of bodies. Back to center, chipped off of a stick blade where Brady Fritchie. He's going to wheel this around. Leaves it for Easton Borman. Offsides is the call as Brady Fritchie tried to get into the offensive zone. Connor Wilson, he's on for the draw. Will be won back by the Islanders with 2 and some change left here in the first period from Merrimack College. As Grant Loya works to get to this puck. He wins the battle. He's clamped down on by the Islanders. but it'll create a 3-on-2. Connor Wilson is going to walk around number 9. Connor Wilson snaps in the shot. Short side, had Paris driving the net. That'll be shut down by the Islanders, who bring it back to center. Grant Loya bodies into a man. He's going to wind it back deep. Takes a free hand from 63. Nanavisa behind the cage. Plays it over to Loya. Taking this on the backhand now on his forehand is number 8, Connor Wilson. 1:38 to play in the first period. Wilson up ahead to Gaworski. Gaworski takes that pass, hits center red. He's going to dump it in deep in front of the Islanders bench. Mason Fritchie gets to that puck first. Still working for that puck. Riker Ferguson tries to keep this in the zone, pulls it off the wall. As stepping into this puck now is Welch. Welch is going to put that into space as it's shot back into the neutral zone. As Welch steps to a player here and pins him to the wall. As retreating now is Nico Stark. Stark to Ferguson. Fergie's going to enter in the offensive zone with 38 to go. Centers it, goes all the way through. Wilson now has it on the half wall. Wilson goes back, plays it to Welch. Welch is going to snap this in to the stick blade Bingham Green. He's going to go for a change. Wilson tries to reverse it back to Fergie, but Fergie's also heading to the bench with 20 seconds to go in the first period. Green picks it up. Green protects on his backhand, 14 to go. Centering pass attempt does not go through. Wilson follows on. But it's Easton Borman, protects on his backhand, tries to cycle it down below. 4 seconds to go in the period. Looks like Nanavisa will get to that puck, cancels out the Islander player, shot all the way down, stick away by Dragosic, and that'll be the end of period number 1, 0-0. The score. We'll be back with period 2 action in a minute. Sticks are slapping in front of the Penguins bench, and we're ready to go. Period 2 action. Connor Wilson draws in. Islanders win this back to number 17, the left-handed defenseman Shuttleworth. When it comes to the stick blade of the right-handed defenseman for the Pens Elite, number 9, Brady Fritchie. Worked behind him. Getting to this puck first is number 11. He'll go behind Dragosic. Brady Fritchie wins that battle. One-touch pass in flight. Rolls off the stick blade of Connor Wilson. Following on, though, is Brady Fritchie. Fritchie tries a curl move. It's in the skates of number 17 right now. Fritchie gets this to Colt Davis. Got a trailer in Easton Borman. Rolls off of his stick blade. As 13 thinks about hitting a man. But shot through the legs of the Pens defense and wide of the net. As the centering pass back door had a man wide open going to the cage. Too hot to handle though with that pass. Connor Wilson creates a turnover. Going across middle. Connor Wilson's going to get a shot, dump it in. in the catching mitt of number 30. And we'll have an offensive zone faceoff coming up. 14:03 to play in period number 2. Islanders are able to outlet this to center, but stopped up at the blue line by Grant Loya, creating an offsides play. Quality play by 43. Stop the progress of the boys in blue. That were it. Coming in the Pens D zone with some speed. Now it's a neutral zone faceoff to be taken by number 4, Mason Fritchie. Won by the Islanders. Number 86. As they'll work at D-to-D now. Comes to number 9. One touch pass up to 13 in flight. He stops up. He's going to shoot it. Nothing on it, though. As Grant Loya goes to Gaworski. Gaworski was able to delay and moves it up ahead to Blake Paris. Protects on his backhand. He's slew-footed.
Go, Blake.
And draws the tripping penalty. As Paris is going to skate away. Paris draws the slew foot tripping call. But a nice little play by 43 Gaworski as the Islanders defense, they were ready to jump the chip. Instead, Gaworski was able to delay, moved it up to Blake Paris, had a step on the Islanders defender. As Mason Fritchie, he's on for the power play with Paris and Gaworski, Stark and Loya. From his knees, digging for that puck is Mason Fritchie. The Islanders float it back through the neutral zone, where Stark will be on his horse to collect that. Icing is the call. So 11 seconds to tick off the Pens power play, 13-14. We'll set things up, same dot, same personnel, same official drop in the puck. As there's a discussion right now between the two officials.
This guy don't know that it was an ice. This old guy don't know it's icing short-handed.
As the officials are explaining the rules to each other. It's a squirt. It's an icing call. Sneaky shot there by Mason Fritchie. Comes all the way out to Grant Loya. Snapped in on net, wide of the cage. Behind it, it's 25 Blake Paris. Paris tries to hit Fritchie in the bumper spot. He goes back to the point man Loya. Loya's pressured now. He winds away from pressure. He's going to step to the top of the circle. Grant Loya leaves it for Gaworski, though. And it's Mason Fritchie stepping to this puck. He'll reverse it over to Gaworski. Gaworski tries to curl around Toomey. But that's poked off of his stick blade. As there's 45 to go in the Pens power play. The Islanders, though, are the ones bringing the attack on right now. As Nico Stark and Mason Fritchie, they work for this puck. Nico Stark bumps it over to Grant Loya with 30 to go. Loya, headman pass for Mason Fritchie. Fritchie goes right back to Loya. Loya coming right down Wall Street, snaps it, goes behind the cage. Loya stops up behind the net, trying to stick handle in the phone booth right now. 17 to go in the power play. Pokes it ahead to Riker Ferguson. Pinching in is Brady Fritchie. Comes all the way back to Bingham Green. Green over to Wilson. Wilson! Quit yelling at me! Connor Wilson gets the goal. Wilson from Green tucks it in for the PPG for PPE. And it's a 1-0 lead off the one-timer. Riker Ferguson slips up on the draw. Brady Fritchie plays it over to Welch. Welch is going to skate it up. Goes right back to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie to Green. I'm sorry, Connor Wilson, the goal scorer. He delays. Slips it through off the left skate of Riker Ferguson. Ferguson's looking for a pathway. Knocked off of his stick blade by a couple of Islanders. Welch. Should be an icing call here. And it is an icing call.
He's like, I don't know what icing is.
As that was shot down right in front of the Penguins bench. Pens going to have an offensive zone faceoff. Mason Fritchie getting a quick squirt of water. Rehydrating here before taking the straw with 11:32 to go in the second period.
Get the Fiji.
Bob Airy's favorite water in there, but it's the Islanders. They're going to come back strong to center. It's in the skates of Brady Fritchie. Finds that, able to fish it out. That's going to be an icing call against the Penguins. Fritchie tried to hit Davis in flight with a pass. Go back to the D zone. As lining it up in front of the right side of Max Dragosic will be Mason Fritchie. Same personnel grouping, Borman, Davis, Fritchie, and Welch. Join number 4, Mason Fritchie. Fritchie's going to win to his brother Brady on the wall. As it's bumped behind the cage, Welch goes to Borman. It's in his skates, though. Borman chips it up in front of the Islander bench. Fritchie bumps it to Easton Borman. Got Pens have numbers here. Borman stops up. As Shuttleworth tries to poke it further along. Welch, he retreats back to get to this puck. He stops up now. He puts it in the Islanders bench area, but it's an offsides call. Neutral zone face-off in front of the Islanders' cage. Grant Loya leaves it for CJ Nenevisa now. Nenevisa up to Blake Paris. That evades him. On for this puck is Brooksy Gorski. Brooks Jaworski collects now. Tries to move it to Grant Loya.
Keep going, Grant.
And it's bumped further to Brooksy Jaworski. Jaworski on his backhand goes to Loya, top of the circle. Loya fans on that shot attempt. It's going to be a 2-on-1 here as Nenevisa in a foot race trying to cancel on 19. Shot and shut down by Dragosic as his gloves knocked off. As 19 crashed the cage. And the catching mitt of 29. I'm sorry, the blocker 29 came flying off. Maybe the catching mitt. As a collision right in front of the Penguins bench. But Max Dragosic standing tall with 9:57 to go shuts down the breakaway opportunity. And it'll be on the right side of netminder 29, Max Dragosic. 1-0 to score. Thanks for joining us here on Pens Elite TV, Cine TV. As it's shot right into that catching mitt, newly placed on the left hand of number 29. Now it's in the skates of the centerman, but Loya fishes it over to Nenevisa. Paris, one-touch pass to move it further along. Into the right catching mitt of Grant Loya. He brings it down, tries to hit Connor Wilson with a pass, evades him. Wilson loses an edge. Following on is number 25, Blake Paris. Jaworski forces the turnover to Grant Loya. Loya tried to go back to Jaworski. A couple bodies run into each other. Loya is the man that stays on his feet. Tried to feed number 4, Mason Fritchie. That's red. Another breakaway opportunity, this time for 63. He's in on Dragosic. Tries to go wide. He had some daylight. Loses the handle. Max Dragosic stared him down. Now it's behind the Islanders' cage. Nenevisa works for this puck. Paris now pinned to the half wall. Fritchie also trying to dig into that puck. Nenevisa comes crashing in there, and the whistle blows. With 8:47 to go in the second period. Defensive zone faceoff coming up. Mason Fritchie to take it. He's on with Green and Ferguson. Backside Welch and Stark. It'll be shot to Nico Stark. Stark puts it behind the cage. And it's picked up out the other side. Where Riker Ferguson. He's going to bring it in himself. 33 tries to get to this puck where it's corralled by Bingham Green. Green. He's got some daylight. Snaps it in wide of the cage though. Mason Fritchie snaps in a shot off the stick of number 30. The goaltender shuts it down. Welch is going to try and step to this. He keeps it in. Bumps it along to Bingham Green. Green down low to Mason Fritchie now. Tries to work it out the other side. Goes into the body of number 4 Mason Fritchie. Centering pass comes to Easton Borman. But Bingham Green tries to get that puck. As one man gets around Stark. And it's shot into the catching area. It's blown dead by the officials. As it was waved off. A whistle had blown. It's a defensive zone faceoff. So it remains scoreless here as Max Dragosic has had to stand strong. But Brady Fritchie on the attack. He's got Borman back door. Goes to Borman. He shoots and scores. Easton Borman from the feed from Brady Fritchie. And just like that, instead of a 1-1 game, it's a 2-0 game for the Pens Elites. Fritchie drove into the offensive zone, but Borman went far post. Took the feed from Fritchie. And it's in the back of the net behind netminder 30. 2-0 to score. 7:20 to play in the second period. 13. He's canceled out by Nenevisa. Nenevisa lost the stick. He protects that puck with his body. Now he's pinned to the wall. As back in the offensive zone comes number 11, Colt Davis. He's going to be canceled out and rubbed out into the wall. Wilson protects. He shields the puck as he's leveled right now. Frustration penalty from 13. As 13 was trying to get the puck in the Islander offensive zone. Nenevisa earlier in that shift protected it with his body. 13 takes it out on number 8, Connor Wilson. And it's back to the Penguins power play.
Come on, Blake.
Fritchie will take the draw. He's on with Paris and Gaworski. Stark and Loya. 2-0 to score. Minute 30 penalty assessed. It's up on the board right now. Gaworski takes that face-off win from Fritchie. Feeds it to Loya. Loya walks middle. It deflects off of the helmet and off the top of the cage. Mace has it behind the cage. Tries a Michigan. Goes to Gaworski. Gaworski snaps it in. Brooks Gaworski after the fake Michigan from Fritchie. And somebody says something about getting fired up. Gaworski goes top shelf after the fake Mitchie from Fritchie. I can't think of anything else that rhymes with that.
The Mitchie flip.
The Mitchie, the fake Mitchie from Fritchie.
Stop yelling at me, Joe.
And it's a 3-0 game here from Merrimack College. Back into the offensive zone. Takes a slash as Jones bodies into 7.
Keep going, Blake.
Back to center, and in the pen zone comes 43 Grant Loya. He shifts a gear, moves it back to Nico Stark, catching that pass Gaworski. Gaworski tried to hit Fritchie in flight, stick put into him by Jones. Jones now the puck carrier, separated by Fritchie. Headman pass for Fritchie just out of his reach. As 17 tries to hit Jones once again. Jones can't control. Barnes can't get to that puck. Instead, it's number 93, Riker Ferguson. He's going to take it in deep, under the official's legs. Brady Fritchie turns out of pressure in front of the Islanders bench. But it's a couple of Islanders that bring it in. He's offsides on himself. Play continues with 5:30 to go in the second period. Brady Fritchie plays it up the wall. Thrown right back in deep where Grant Loya, number 43, collects. Loya tried to hit Green with a headman pass. Goes off of a shin guard where Brady Fritchie picks it up in the neutral zone. Fritchie, he walks in. He's 1-on-3. Fritchie gets in a shot off the right pad. Fritchie is going to go high to Welch. Welch is going to walk middle. Moves it over to Bingham Green. Bingham Green. Oh!
Good shot, Bing.
Bingham Green with the rocket. As Welch hold it for a second. Thought he was going to swing it.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Now on the half wall. Poked ahead 11. He's behind Loy. Loy's got to be on his horse to catch up to 11. He's a speedster. Let's put it in the back of the net. Another odd man breakaway opportunity created for the Islanders. And just like in game number 1, the Pens hopped out to a 3-0 lead. The Islanders, number 11, a speedy winger, gets one behind Dragosic. So a big save. Lots of big saves from Dragosic to keep the Pens tied early, as the Pens look to get that goal right back. As it is right back! Scratch my back with a hacksaw. Fritchie wasn't doing any faking there.
It's only an exhibition.
As Mason Fritchie created the goal earlier.
It never even was. It just went right in.
But the Islanders bench getting all worked up.
Let's go, Mace.
But as a wise person once said to me a couple hours ago, it's just an exhibition hockey game. Mason Fritchie gets the goal. He's now on for the faceoff. Now it's going to be shot back into the neutral zone where Grant Loy delays. Good play there by 43 to let his teammates get back on side. He's going to lead the rush. Grant Loy snaps it into the catching mid at number 30. Good shot from 43. Offensive zone faceoff coming up.
Let's go. Keep your
to the right side at number 30. 4-1 the score. 4:21 to play in the second period. Goal scorers so far this evening: Connor Wilson, Easton Borman, Brooks Gaworski, and Mason Fritchie. Now Gaworski, he controls. Fans on the shot attempt. Now gets back to it the second time, as it's now played up the wall to Connor Wilson. Welch is going to step to that, but it's in the skates of 13. Gaworski tries to rub his man out. As Welch is going to go work for this puck as he digs it out. Wilson lays on his man. As it's shot in, now wide of the cage. Controlling on the half wall, and the Islanders, they go cross ice with this pass as it's going to be shot into the equipment of Connor Wilson. He's got a breakaway. He's in all alone. Connor Wilson, he's in on 30. Undresses the netminder, takes the slash on the backside. Look out, Loretta. Connor Wilson with the breakaway goal. As the Islanders
Let's go, boys.
hung their netminder out to dry. It's a 5-1 game here from Merrimack College, 3:31 to play. As the Penguin bench encouraging the boys in white to keep going, keep pushing. Mason Fritchie on for the draw. One over to Fergie. Fergie. He's not going to take it in deep. He stops up. Makes two guys miss. It's like Jaromir Jagr in the 1992 playoffs against the Chicago Blackhawks out there.
Let's go, Ferg.
Fergie spinning off everybody. Comes all the way to the point man. Nenavisa has it on his back end, bumps it over to Fritchie now. Fritchie plays it in deep. Right back to Brady Fritchie at the point. He's going to try to protect with his backside and does. He makes 63. He's got him spinning like a top right now. Mason Fritchie is 63, turning left, right, up, down. It's like a cheat code in PlayStation. But it is 63 that's going to walk out of here with the puck. Fergie loses an edge where Nenavisa steps to that puck, comes back to the point man. Shot in deep by the Islanders. And it's Nenavisa. Gets to this puck right now. As penalties coming up here. As Riker Ferguson is going to go to the box. As number 7 falls to the ice. For the Islanders are going to go to the power play with 2:16 to go in the second period. Pens have a 5-1 lead here. Fleury 5-goal second period for the Pens Elite. But they'll need to kill one off. It's 33, has it top of the zone. Goes wide. Cross ice pass, top of the circle. It's 7. 7 had a man back door, rolls off of his stick play now. 2:02 to play, 1:16 to go on the Fergie penalty. Comes to the right point, top of the zone. They had a man fall down. Shot off the chest of Wilson. Might have been the face shield of Wilson. As Borman, he's going to go tick, 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 tick. Hand pass. As it comes now to 17. Cross ice pass. Try to hit the back door again. Stick put in. Comes back to the top of the zone. 33 controls. Borman's going to try and jump that. Send down to the top of the circle. 17. Delaying. 29 to go on the Islander power play. 17 has it top of the zone. Has it on his backhand. He goes wide. Islanders staying to the perimeter. Still on the perimeter. 17 will finally snap in a shot. Goes off the outside of the cage. Where Wilson. He's going to power through. He's got a 2-on-1. He's got Borman driving the net. Goes to Borman. Tip just wide of the cage. As we're back to 5-on-5 action. Good step up there by Mason Fritchie, but working around him is Jones. As it's deflected and caught by Max Dragosic. Into the catching mid at number 29 with 32.3 to go. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Thanks once again for supporting the boys in black and gold. Mason Fritchie on for the draw. As he's giving kudos right now to the man between the pipes, number 29. Fritchie controls this in his skates, kicks it forward to himself. Catches up to this puck. Headman pass for Davis. Davis tries to bump it up further for Fritchie. As following on is Colt Davis with 18 to go in the period. Fritchie bumps it forward to Davis, where Fritchie now has it. Davis with 9 seconds to go tries a backhand attempt, comes all the way through to Mason Fritchie. Shot, and it's into the equipment at number 30. Paris gets out of the blue paint with 3.9 to go. 5-1 the score. Offensive zone faceoff coming up right now. Pens are going to pull the netminder to get a 6-on-5 advantage late in the period. Ferguson's going to come on. As it's pushed forward by Fritchie, and Welch takes it. And the Pens are going to walk to the bench with a 5-1 lead after 2. And we'll be back with third period action from Merrimack College in just a couple of moments. Extended stoppage here in between the second and third period. The Islanders coach trying to bark out some instructions. It's your Pittsburgh Penguins elite leading 5-1 after a flurry of goals during that second period to give the Pens a 4-goal lead heading into the 15-minute third period here from Merrimack College. A snowy Merrimack College. Mason Fritchie playing a great game. Number 4 will step in momentarily for the draw. As he's going to join forces up front with Brooks Skowarski, Blake Paris, backside Welch and Fritchie. 11 tries to poke it around. Fritchie fans on it. It's Skowarski that gets to that puck first. Skowarski snaps in a long shot. Deflects up over the right pad, wide of the cage. Getting this puck will be Welch in the neutral zone. He's going to snap it up to Mason Fritchie. Pens right back in on the attack. Fritchie works it through the legs. Good finesse move. He had Paris high in the slot. Paris shoots. Toe save. Mason Fritchie tries to put it back on the rebound. Following on, it's still loose. It bounces wide of the cage. Controlled by number 25, Blake Paris. Try to work it to Mason Fritchie, but his brother Brady will come over for that puck in the neutral zone. He stops up, pushes it right in front of the Islander bench. Chip play. Got Blake Paris going to the net. As Welch is going to step to this puck now, trying to keep it deep. He runs into a man. As CJ Nenavisa collects in his own zone now. Pushes it forward to Connor Wilson. Wilson, headman pass for Colt Davis. Borman got back on side. He put the skate. But whistle blows.
Quick update here.
As we have an NFL scoring update. The Buffalo Bills up 24-23 over the Denver Broncos. Sorry if you were DVRing the game so that you could tune in. But hey, here on Cine TV, Penn's Elite TV, we got to give all the scoring updates, not just for the boys in black and gold. CJ Nanavisa cancels out. Jones bumps into his own man. They take each other out. Connor Wilson tries to feed Easton Borman. Tried to work in behind number 9. Instead, it's Connor Wilson stepping to this. He's got Davis going to the net. Instead, Wilson takes a shot. 13-14 to go in the third period now. Pens see this come back to center as Nanavisa plays it over at his defensive partner, the Seneca Valley product, Grant Loya. It's in his skates. Loya tries to poke this further along, but retreating back are the Islanders. Shot right into the chest guard, the shoulder pads of Mason Fritchie. Bingham Green works to get to this puck. He's got the strap flailing on the pants. And if as you're tuned in here, the good news is that Zach Aston Reese finally scored in Pittsburgh, but unfortunately he's playing for the Columbus Blue Jackets right now as Pens trail 1-0 in that game. But Riker Ferguson on his backhand tries to move it further along. As it's poking around, pinballing left, right, and in. The netminder actually doesn't know where it is right now. It's under his backside. But it's in the blue paint, so offensive zone faceoff coming up. 12-18 to play in the third period. Game number 3 of the road trip, game 2 of Saturday. Pens will be in action tomorrow for a 2-game set against Top Gun, as the Pens were victorious over Top Gun earlier this year in the Midwinter Classic. But the only difference is, instead of playing at Alpha in Pittsburgh, it'll be in New Hampshire tomorrow. So on the half wall, Mason Fritchie protects. That's a high stick on the puck. We'll bring this out of the zone. I believe all the way down to the left side of netminder 29, Max Dragosic. High stick on the puck will bring it all the way back down in the Penguin zone. As Nico Stark is going to bump it behind the cage. Welch is going to be on his horse to get to this puck. He reverses back out the other side to Nico Stark. Stark gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson delays. Good move from him. He's going to go to a weak side defender. No, Welch has to take that on his backhand. Welch is going to protect. He's going to dump it in deep now. Or Bingham Green gets his lunch pail. He's going to go and get it. Bingham Green protects on the end line. Gets back to that puck again. Floats it over for Connor Wilson. Just turned away from the puck. And he dumps it in behind the Islander cage with 11:17 to play. Now it's in the skates of Ferguson. Tries to pin it. Welch is going to walk off the wall. Plays it back in deep again. And the Pens are going to go for a change. As the Islanders lumber to get this out of their zone to the stick blade of CJ Nanavisa. Brady Fritchie had a train coming at him there as Brooksy Gaworski pushes it further ahead. Back to center red, controlled by 77, CJ Nanavisa. 27 walks right back into the zone, goes to the stick blade of Nanavisa over to Fritchie. But 27 controls it high in the zone. He's going to walk in, snaps in a shot. About 3 feet wide of the net. Fritchie tried to hit a streaking Blake Paris. Stepping to that nicely is CJ Nanavisa. He's going to join the rush here. As Brooks Gaworski. Pin to the wall, goes to Nanavisa. As 11 tries to roll off, Nanavisa coming over to help out was number 9, Brady Fritchie. As 11 comes in really late. Whistle had blown. Now he's doing the hands up. What happened? But the pins, no worse for wear. 5-1 remains the score. 9:50 to play. Face-off coming up, left side. In front of netminder number 29, Max Dragasic. Connor Wilson on for the draw. Plays it to Borman. He's run into by Jones. Wilson pushes this forward. Icing will be the call. 9:38 to play here in period number 3. We'll do it all over again. Connor Wilson draws in against Barnes, number 6. Wins that cleanly back to Stark. Stark back to Loya. Takes that pass. He's going to reverse it off the backside of the cage. Or Stark tries to skate this out of danger himself. Turnover here. 63 gets to that. But he's pressured to the wall by Borman and Loya as they coalesce. Now it's Grant Loya pinning his man to the wall. Takes a shot to the face. Loya trying to get a stick back.
Come on, Easton!
As hopping to that is 33. Good stick from Connor Wilson. It floats high beyond the cage where Jones rubbed off the puck.
Let's go! Work!
As it's in the neutral zone now. Number 17, he retreats back into his own zone. Plays it up ahead where Grant Loya has to be on his horse to go and get this as he's got 2 guys coming to pressure him. One of them, number 6. Loya tries to reverse it back. As 6 works around a couple guys. Man open in front at 7.
Nice block, Grant.
Shot blocked by Grant Loya. Where Borman gets the heat out of the kitchen. Temporarily, though, as right in front of the Penguins bench. It's a 3-car pileup. As offsides is the call on the Middlesex Islanders. Neutral zone faceoff right in front of the Penguins bench coming up. 8:24 to play. As we have our in-game from the Keith Borman studio. Looks like the Buffalo Bills hopped out with a 4-point lead, 27-23. As Mason Fritchie works to get to this puck. Chip back to the blue line, but no further. Brady Fritchie. He shuts things down. Chip pass. He's going to join the rush. Green tries to go right back to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie enters it. He tries a curl move. Knocked off of his stick blade with 8:05 to play in the third period.
Nice bing.
As it's shot in, Welch is going to pinch down. And he's going to poke it further along to Riker Ferguson. Ferguson delays. Shot. Deflects high over the cage. Mason Fritchie gets to this. Ferguson cycles it back down to Bingham Green. Green back to Ferguson. Ferguson goes behind the cage now. Cycle down low to Mason Fritchie. As Brady Fritchie steps to this puck. Played over to Welch. It's behind him, though. He's got a pressure. And it's brought right back to Fritchie. Fritchie up to Wilson. Wilson plays it to Welch. Welch off of a stick blade into the Islanders' offensive or defensive zone with 7:10 to play here in the third period. Penn's playing another disciplined game, not reacting to some shoves and stick whacks behind the play. And they've been rewarded so far with a 4-goal lead. Here's the later stages of the third period. It's CJ Nenavisa. He'll collect behind netminder 29, Max Dragasic. Reversed over to Loya. Pens have done that a couple times, reversed on the wall behind the cage, but it's a getting some soft bounces off that end wall. As Wilson runs some interference there. Probably could have been rung up there, but play goes on. Headman pass for Brooks Gaworski. Had a step behind the defender. Instead, Nenavisa tries to pin his man. It's going to shake free. Long shot. Wide of the cage. As back to defend was number 25, Blake Parris. Loya now goes behind the cage to Nenavisa. It's in his skates. Finds it. Digs it out to Loya. Up to number 25, Blake Parris. He's got a man ahead of the play. Tries to get it to him again. It was Brooks Gaworski. As 17. Able to cancel him out. 11. The speedster is caught by Mason Fritchie. As that's going to be a hooking call.
No way!
11 clenches down.
I was under the stick.
As the Pens are going to be shorthanded here. With 5:47 to go in the third period, penalty occurring just below the announcer's booth here. Borman on for the draw. Shorthanded with Stark, Davis, and Welch. 1 over to 11, the man that drew the penalty. Has it on the half wall, staying to the perimeter. Goes back to the point man. Now comes all the way through, off the stick blade of Borman. 17, gets to that puck. Welch is going to try and jump this. Now top of the circle at 17. Loses an edge, regains it. Goes cross ice pass to 15. Now top of the circle. 17 shoots it, deflects. Off of the stick. Where Stark cancels out his man. Comes to Borman, floats it back to center. Not enough juice for icing. As there's 45 to go on the Pens penalty kill. 11 tries to delay against Nico Stark. Goes swimming there for a second, did number 11. As he's shut down by number 7, Nico Stark. Back to center. Bingham will try and defend. Drop pass to nobody. It's to Riker Ferguson. Chips it around one man. As Nico Stark has to work for this puck. As it's floated ahead to Riker Ferguson now. 8 to go on the PK. Ferguson dumps it in deep. As 11 once again loses his glove. As back to 5-on-5 action. Blake Parrish ahead of the play. As it goes off of a leg and on net. Parrish was sneaking behind the defense. Fritchie tried to hit him, but it hit an Islander leg with 4 minutes even to go here from the third period. No scoring so far in this frame. Offensive zone faceoff coming up. As it's poked behind number 9, Brady Fritchie. 63. Moves it along further. Brady Fritchie collects. Connor Wilson walks out of the fray, trying to hit Blake Parrish. Parrish does get to that puck. He's got the defenseman turned the wrong way. 33 recovers. But Blake Parrish stops up. Cycles it down low to 45 Brooks Jaworski. Makes a couple of guys miss here as it goes to Blake Parrish. One-timer just out on the outside of the cage. As it comes to Blake Parrish once again, fans on the shot attempt. He had a stick put into him there at the last second to break that up. That's Brooks Jaworski, 3:17 to play in the third period. It goes wide to Brady Fritchie. Deflects off a stick into the catching mitt of number 30. Offensive zone faceoff coming up on the left side of number 30. Mason Fritchie's on with Borman and Davis. Backside Stark and Loya. One off the wall to 43 Loya. Dips and dances around two guys. Can't make the referee miss though. As the official was running the Statue of Liberty play. Comes back to the neutral zone where the Islanders control. 9, they go D to D. Stepping up is Grant Loya. Dumps it in deep. Where Easton Borman. He's going to try and get the work here. Interference there by the Islanders. But in a 5-1 game, that's not going to get called here with 2:34 to go in the third period. Nico Stark. Strong game for number 7. Davis.
Oh, that's soft. Soft.
Hits 13, and the Pens are going to right back to the PK.
Woo, that's soft. Woo-hoo-hoo. Give him a tissue. Soft serve.
As there's 2:25 remaining in the third period. And the Pens are going to have to kill one off. Colt Davis. He's going to go to the box for a trip. Borman, he's on with Fergie, Stark, and Loya. 11. Goes back to the point. 15. Borman loses an edge. Peds need to kill off one more here as Ferguson. And Loya now pressures the puck carrier. Pens protecting the house, staying in as the Islanders all weekend have been okay to stay the perimeter. It's sticked off of Nico Stark to 11, shot wide of the cage. Ferguson and Loya try and jump the puck carrier. It comes to Loya. And he's got a man ahead of the plate. It's Borman. It's on his backside, though. Borman finds his puck. He's going to dump it in. Fans on that attempt. But it's going to tick some more time off the penalty. As Ferguson, driven into the wall, has to hustle to get back in the play with 41 to go on the PK. As it was tipped by number 11, Stark wins that battle against 11. Stark still on his feet. Puts it off the wall, comes to the point man. 1:20 to play, 25 to go on the Pens penalty kill. As it's off number 11. He's going to try Loya. Loya wins that battle. Borman shoots it high off the shoulder pad down, and it's put in on the backhand by number 11. So a power play goal for the Islanders with 4 seconds to go on that PP. So they benefit from that call late in the game to make it a 5-2 game. Connor Wilson on for the draw. He's on with Fergie and Bingham Green. Brought back into the Islander zone. Pens responded with an instant goal as Dragosic plays it behind the net. He leaves it for Fritchie. Now Welch pickle stabs it out. Tries to move it up for Ferguson. Chipped around him. Welch is going to step back to that as it's in a couple of skates. Fished out by Connor Wilson, but comes to the stick play to 63. Ferguson, he retreats. Uses the ref as a screen there. Has the stick slashed out of his hand. As Welch, he's going to show some patience. Rolls off of his stick blade. Though, as it's turned over to 63, centering pass as that's put wide of the net. Connor Wilson gets to this. 16 to go. 3-on-2 develops here. Pens are coming. Everybody's coming right now. Brady Fritchie's going to drive the cage. As looking for that, as Welch is going to step to this. As it goes off of his stick play, there's 3 to play. Bingham Green's back. It's going to be shot, sticked away, and the final score from Merrimack College, the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 5 and the Middlesex Islanders 2. The Pens walk out of here on this Saturday with 2 W's against the Middlesex Islanders. And we'll be back in action tomorrow morning against Top Gun as we leave the state of Massachusetts with 3 victories. And they'll be looking for more tomorrow from the state of New Hampshire. Final score, Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 5, the Middlesex Islanders 2.